All right, y'all. So y'all already know what I'm here for. Just letting you guys know in advance. I apologize if my energy is not 100% here. Um, my menstrual on. I don't know how else to say it. My menstrual's on. Um, I just been feeling nauseous. I haven't been, able to really eat anything. Just been feeling kind of weak. Still feel kind of weak. Then on top of that, I didn't really get any sleep last night. So like everything is just crashing down on me at once, which is also contributing to me feeling kind of weak and everything. So, yeah, I just apologize in advance if my energy is not 100% there today. So, anyways, the episode started out with Ryan going to meet with his parents to, pretty much tell them about him being fed up with the shop and whatnot. So, his mom is saying, well, what's the whole story? Because, you just keep on saying you fed up, whatever, whatever. And he keeps on talking about how, he feel like everybody being disloyal, like they turned their backs on him and how they not trying to see both sides with him and the whole cat situation or whatever. And it's like, which is not true because, like I said before, Kat did, I mean, regardless of how everybody feel about Kat or whatever, Kat did own her shit. You know what I'm saying? She owned it more than what the fuck you been doing. You know what I'm saying? And his dad, he's just kind of disappointed because he's like, you started this whole nine mag situation, and for you to just kind of like, let it flush down the toilet, I'm just, shocked or whatever. And Ryan, he keeps on talking about this negative energy, and it's like, listen, this whole situation is negative energy. All of y'all are bringing negative energy. But don't like, and like I said, like I've been telling you guys, Ryan he never really owns up to his shit. You know what I'm saying? So that causes negative energy. When you don't know how to own up to your shit, that causes negative energy too. So like Ryan just needs to stop putting everything on everybody and take some accountability for his actions as well. You know what I mean? But anyway, so his mom is saying, I think your sister would be disappointed considering that you started this whole nine mag thing because of her or whatever, this, that, and the third. And he just, he's just like, I mean, I know, but I mean, what else can I do or whatever. So moving on, we have Charmaine. She's at her house. And then we get that damn Danielle back. And y'all know how I kind of feel about her. But she's back or whatever. She's engaged to Terrence. And, she's been gone traveling or whatever since they've been engaged. But she has been hearing from Charmaine that pretty much she doesn't have a job. And, the lease is up within the week and everything. So Charmaine is pretty much just catching her up on everything that's been going on with the shop and all that drama. And so they, after that, they kind of move on to talk about Danielle's wedding. And Charmaine, she's like, Danielle don't know it yet, but I'm her maid of honor or whatever. And she starts throwing out different ideas for Danielle's wedding and everything. And Danielle's like, hold up, Charmaine, pump your brakes, like slow it down. So Danielle, she did bring like some cake options or whatever for Charmaine to try out to give, I guess give her opinion on what type of cake that they should have for their wedding and everything. And in one of the cakes, it was this note that actually asked Charmaine, will you be my maid of honor? So Charmaine ended up getting what she wanted anyway. And which was to be, Danielle's maid of honor. And of course, Charmaine was happy and everything. And, that was cool. So then we have Ashley. She's still at the hotel, her friend, she comes by to see her, and I forget the friend's name, but it was, the same girl from last week. She comes by to see her, to see how she's doing. Of course, Ashley, she's still pissed off with the whole situation, pissed off that she even had to stay in a hotel with the kids or whatever. And she, she's trying to stick to her guns by saying that she's not going back to Don or whatever. And she's thinking about moving to Texas with her brother. Her brother has, I think she said like 5 bedrooms or something like that. I'm like, damn. And the friend, She's like, well, you don't know the whole truth. I'm friends with the both of you guys, you and Don. You don't know the whole truth. I think you should go sit down and talk to the girl. And I'm kind of with Ashley, like, fuck, I need to talk to her for. You know what I'm saying? Like, Don doing what he did publicly on Snapchat, that was enough right there. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like with Ashley, what the fuck I need to talk to this bitch for? You know what I'm saying? But old girl feels like, Ashley friend just feels like that she needs to get the other side before she makes any haste decisions on moving to Texas. And my whole thing is with Ashley talking about moving to Texas, I'm like, and y'all know I ain't got no kids, but she can't just up and do that, right? Considering that her and Don are married and everything. She can't just up and do that. But even still, obviously she's doing, she wants to make this move because, she's hurt or whatever. It's one thing if she had like some type of job opportunity and she wanted to, take the job opportunity and move away with the kids or whatever, but she wants to make this move because she's hurt or whatever, which, I mean, of course we all understand, because what Dawn did was definitely fucked up and everything. But yeah, she's making this decision based off of emotion and not because of opportunity, is what I'm trying to say here. But like I said, because of the fact that they're married, they, she can't just do that, right? You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how that all works out or whatever. But anyway, so on the other side of town, we have Dawn and Four. They're at the gym and everything. And, Dawn is pretty much telling Four how Ashley wants to leave or whatever, this, that, and the third. And he's saying, he admits to the fact that he fucked up or whatever. But he's also saying how old girl's just sitting up here telling Ashley like a bunch of BS that's not true as well, So then we have, I think it was Charmaine, Dawn, Four, Cobra, and Lily. They all are at brunch and everything, and pretty much they're talking about the fate of the shop. And everybody's talking about how if they can't do something to save the shop, how they all going to be struggling and pretty much be assed out and everything. And Lily, she was saying, she had said something to them about, can't they, take over the lease and everything. And then somebody else had said to Van, like, Van, can't you, can't you take over the lease or whatever? Can't you talk to the landlords and everything? So Van says, well, look, this is a sticky situation, but I'm going to talk to the landlords and see, what we can do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it's Operation Save the Shop. So then they're chilling at 9 Mag, or what used to be 9 Mag, and actually it's just Cobra and Lily that's there or whatever, and they pretty much twiddling their thumbs and whatnot. They bored as hell. And Lily, she tells Cobra, tattoo my ass and everything. And Cobra's like, huh? Like, are you for real or whatever? And Lily is like, yeah, this is the closest that you gonna get to it or whatever, because I already know, how you was eyeing me last season and whatnot. So, yeah, this is the closest you're gonna get to it, tattoo my ass, and, it's all to the good. So, Cobra is asking her, who are you getting this tattoo for? You know what I'm saying? And Lily is just saying, I think, it's time for me to date again. Me and Junior, we've been kind of over with. And she's saying how Junior, after the whole shit went down with Ryan and Kat, how he kind of just, went to another, he took another offer at another shop and everything. And she was saying how, he can't take being in the same space as her or whatever. I'm like, well, according to this episode, it seems to be the other way around. And really, you probably are low-key happy that he left. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, girl, But it's okay. But anyway, so then we have Four. And he's meeting with producer London on the track. And you guys probably, if you've ever heard Young Thug on the song, you always hear him say, we got London on the track. So that's who Four is meeting up with and everything. And London on the track is telling Four how he believes in him and everything as far as his music career is concerned. And, how he wants to, work with him pretty much. And he was like, listen, we could go to, he was saying to him, I want you to come to LA and we could lay this track down or whatever. This, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And Four is like, hold on, wait a minute. You just want me to pick up my whole life and, move all the way, cross country or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, London on the track is trying to tell him, well, listen, how old are you? And Four is like, I'm 30 and everything. I didn't know Four was that old. But, London, he like, well, time is ticking, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't getting no younger, so you gonna have to, make a decision. And, and Four, of course, he's thinking about the fact that all his clientele is in Chicago and everything, and also how he has Nikki or whatever. So it's something that he's definitely gonna have to think about, and definitely think about fast. So then we have Don, Four, and Lily. They're at Bar Louie. And, they start having a conversation about threesomes. She's like, asking them, have y'all had threesomes or whatever, this, that, and the third? And they both are pretty much like, in, our prior lives, yeah, we done had some threesomes, but, now that shit wouldn't go down or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Lily, she's like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key jealous of everybody because, everybody got a relationship and everything. And, Four is like, well, I mean, Don kind of halfway single at this point because, his, Ashley basically, left him or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Four is like, but I know the real reason why you jealous. You jealous because Junior got a new boo and everything. So Four is showing the picture that Junior had posted of him and his new boo. And, Lily was in the confessional and the producer had asked, did Junior ever used to post pictures of you and him and everything? And Lily was like, no, or whatever. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little hurt and everything, but it is what it is, especially because of the fact you guys remember last season, her and Junior got them damn matching tattoos and everything, and now he on to the next bitch. So, so she's a little hurt by it, but she trying to play, hard ass, tough girl role or whatever. Y'all know how that be and everything. So, then Van, he ends up joining them. And pretty much he's like the bearer of bad news when it comes to the shop. And, he's telling them, listen, I begged the landlords, I begged them and begged them to let us take over the lease and everything. And, he's trying to put everything on Ryan by saying, Ryan fucks shit up for everybody, with, the gunshot and everything, the gunshot in the wall. And I did see some of the other reviewers, videos last week where they were saying that Ryan, he fucked up the shot. He fucked up the shot, but he wasn't the one who put the bullet hole in the wall or whatever. They just, the producers, the way they edited shit, they made it seem like as if Ryan admitted to doing that too. But he actually didn't do that part. But anyway, so yeah, Van was sitting up here saying how, by him doing that or whatever, and then how the landlords hated them having wild parties and then their fights and all this other stuff. And Van was pretty much trying to put it all on Ryan and everything, I guess because of the fact that Ryan was like the head nigga in charge, and it's like, nah, yeah. Now you can't put everything on Ryan when it comes to that shit because y'all was a part of the fuckery. Y'all was a part of the wild parties. Y'all were a part of the fights and all the other fuck shit that was going on in the shop. So y'all can't put that all on him. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Don is like, well, fuck it. Let's throw one last party and everything before we have to be evicted from our spot. So then we have Four. He's at home chilling, talking to Nikki and everything. And I was just so irritated. I was so irritated with this scene, because he's telling her about the sit down that he had with London on the track. And, she's all excited for him and everything. And he's like, but there's a catch. I have to go to LA and everything. And, she's like, I mean, what? Like, why, how long are you supposed to be out there or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I mean, listen, it's a big opportunity. And, I might have to be out there for however long it takes and everything. And she's just like, well, you can't go to LA because, I got a shop to run. And I can't just leave that and everything. And Four is like, well, you run your shop or whatever, but I'm the one who has to go or whatever. And she's like, oh, so you care more about no, I'm sorry. He was saying, I care about, this is a big opportunity for me, and I care about this more than anything. And she was like, oh, even me or whatever. And he was kind of like being hesitant and everything. And she's like, you being selfish or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, she's like, it just seemed like you already made a decision. You didn't include me or whatever. Now, listen, I do understand her on this aspect or whatever. I could understand her definitely being upset because it do seem like as if he didn't already made a decision. It didn't even, talk to her about it at first or whatever, this, that, and the third. So I definitely understand her on that. But the shit that she did afterwards, I'm just like, she throws some cereal and some juice on him as he's talking to her and trying to get her to understand and everything. And then she, saying all this stuff like, I'll help you pack your bags or whatever, this, that, and the third. So she's throwing his clothes down the stairs and all this other stuff. And this is why people feel the way that they feel about Nikki, because it's just like the way she handles situations, she handles it like a fucking child. And that shit is just getting real played out. It's getting real old. In that moment, I did feel bad for Ford because I'm just like, damn, like, why you had to sit up here and throw shit on him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was just so, like, fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And him just sitting there and just keeping his composure, I'm just like, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? She was wrong for doing that. Like I said, I definitely understand her plight and how she feels about the fact that it seemed like he didn't include her, or it seemed like he just made this decision without talking to her about it to see how she feel about it at first. But all the extra shit that she did, it really was just uncalled for. But anyway, so then we have the 9mag party. Junior shows up, Charmaine invited him and everything, and he's like, listen, I don't know the full story on what happened with Ryan or whatever, but I did leave the shop because I had another opportunity because things just got too crazy here at 9mag, and I'm not with all that drama shit and everything. So, but he was like, but when Charmaine called me, about this party or whatever, I won't gonna not come and not have fun and everything. So, Charmaine, she's making like this announcement or whatever, and she's saying like, fuck Ryan and this, that, and the third. And I will say it's a lot of childish shit on Ryan's part and, the crew's part, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, everybody's saying fuck each other and all this other stuff. It's a lot of childish shit on both parts. I will admit that and everything, I felt like Charmaine didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? And Junior, as he's listening to her give, like, this speech and, trying to shit on Ryan and everything, Junior's like, listen, Ryan is still my homeboy and everything. And I don't like how, everybody is just trying to shit on him or whatever because of, everything that took place or whatever, which, like I said, is understandable. So Ryan, he pulls up to the shop or whatever, and he's seeing what's going on and everything. He pulls up with Rachel or whatever, and Rachel, y'all know she TTG. She's like, whatever you want to do, babe, I'm good or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Ryan, I guess he felt like seeing that shit just made him be like, fuck them even more or whatever. And my whole thing is, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just kind of like, well, fuck, you said you won't renewing the lease and everything, so it's just kind of like, and you done already said fuck them, so at this point, why do you care about them throwing one last party? They about to be thrown the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I just didn't understand that. But, Charmaine, she tells Junior, And like I said, Ryan, he ends up pulling off and everything. He like, fuck it, it's not even worth it. So Charmaine, I mean, he won't gonna do shit no way. But anyway, so Charmaine, she says to Junior, you look nice and everything, but I know you see my girl Lily over there or whatever. And Junior, he's like, yeah, but I really have a serious girlfriend now or whatever. And Charmaine is like, well, I mean, you should still have a conversation with her just for closure and whatnot. So Junior is like, okay, or whatever. I mean, I feel like this was a bad idea because Lily was drinking, and we already know how Lily gets when she drinks. And trying to have like a rational conversation with her while she's drinking, yeah, no, I just felt like that wasn't a good idea. But Junior decides to pull her to the side anyway, as if he didn't know how this conversation was going to go. And of course, she's trying to play hardball with him and everything. He's saying he wants to be friends. And she's like, like for what or whatever, this, that, and third. Like, why are we having this conversation? Don't you have a girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, what I'm saying, but I still do care about you or whatever. I still want to at least be cool with you and everything. And she's like, well, we not cool or whatever. And he's like, okay, well, if we not cool, why do you text me every time you drunk and everything? And the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, oh, Lily, he only on your mind when you wasted. Like, I started thinking about that Dreezy song immediately. Like, you only on his line when you wasted, Lily. Like, for real. You know what I mean? But, so she was just like, okay, yeah, I still do have feelings for you and everything, and I'm gonna continue to be a bitch or whatever because you with a bitch or whatever, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, damn, why old girl gotta be a bitch for? You don't even know her, but okay, you know what I'm saying? So Junior is trying to let her know, listen, I care about you and everything, this, that, and the third. And, he's like, I care about you as an artist. And she's like, well, I care about you more than an artist and everything, this, that, and the third. And she's like, be with that bitch that you with or whatever. And he's like, all right, fuck it, because we not going to get nowhere in this conversation. And, of course, she's crying as he walks off and everything. So then Ashley, she decides to meet with this girl or whatever in some coffee shop. And, well, not some girl. Did I say some girl? If I did, I meant to say the girl that was in the video with Dawn. She decides to meet with her in some coffee shop or whatever. And, the girl, they get straight to the point. The girl is like, listen, like I told you in the text messages, it's been going on for like a little over a year now. And, Ashley is like, well, I was pregnant at the time and you was still having sex with him and everything. I'm like, you saying that shit like these bras give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? These hoes don't give a fuck if you're pregnant or not. If they got an opportunity to fuck your man, they will. You know what I'm saying? So, oh girl, she like, I was vulnerable or whatever, and I'm pregnant by him and everything. And I'm just like, now I started to be like Forrest Rocks and be like, Mona, bitch. But I had to remember, Mona don't produce this damn show or whatever. I keep on saying, we gotta find somebody to blame for these crazy ass storylines or these suspicious ass storylines for the Black Ink franchise. But anyway, so Ashley is like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to see a paternity test and everything, and I hope you ready to be a single mom because Dawn ain't got shit or whatever. I'm just like, I mean, Ashley, you not making yourself look good by saying that, because it's just like, okay, well, you married this nigga knowing that he ain't have shit. Yeah, I'm just saying. But anyway, so old girl, she's like, well, I'm here because I wanted to apologize, and I was wrong and everything, whether you want to accept it or not. And Ashley is like, well, if you are pregnant by him, I'll never accept your apology or whatever, this, that, and the third. And old girl's like, well, listen, this is my second time being pregnant by him. The first time he asked me to have an abortion, this, that, and the third, and she shows like the proof of Dawn sending her some money for the abortion and everything. And Ashley is like, congratulations, you played yourself, you're a slut and this, that, and the third. And oh girl, she's like, okay, well, you know, we are in the bookstore or whatever, this, that, and the third, and they start going back and forth, and you know, she's saying to Ashley, well, how my pussy taste, this, that, and the third, and Ashley is like, well, how mine taste or whatever, because I get it every morning, like like it's a competition or some shit, like a child. I cannot, anyway, so Ashley, she's trying to get up and walk away, and they still talking shit to one another. And then, oh girl, she, you know, she's like, you know, run back to your husband like you always do. And I'm like, oh, sure, I said, yeah, she been watching this damn show. But anyway, so you know, oh girl, then she kind of got up as Ashley was walking away. She kind of got up as if she wanted to square up. I'm like, damn, bitch, and then you say you was pregnant? You know what I'm saying? And Ashley was like, girl, you better sit down somewhere because I don't want to go to jail for hitting the pregnant bitch and everything. And that was the end of the episode, you guys. Y'all, I don't have time. I do not have time. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. And I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, y'all. Bye.